And we're back. Hey everyone, welcome to the 14th draw of the Golden Handle, the 3:30 p.m. draw. It is Andrew Voigt back on stream with y'all. I am joined by none other than AJ Hippias. AJ, how are you, my friend?
Not bad. Not bad. Yeah, I assume you're doing well. You seem very pleasant, but you always seem very pleasant to me.
Thank you. What we present on the outside is all that matters, right?
Well,
in all seriousness, we have a great slew of curling coming up for y'all. This is the semifinals for the I believe it's the C event. I think it's the friendship bracket. We will confirm that in a hot second, but...
So, actually, I know Sheet C is the semis for the B event. Because I was just eliminated by
that's
one
correct.
of these teams. So.
Yes, by Team Corelli. Yeah, this is the... So this is actually the semis for the Shield is going on Sheet C. So that's Corelli versus Farmer Johnson. And then we've also got, the friendship semifinals is also going on... both A and B. So on A, we've got Team Zakin versus Team, I believe that's Pernington, maybe.
Yeah.
That's a doozy of a team. But and we've got Team Finkelstein versus Team Bennett. Team Bennett, due to a last-minute switch, due to I guess injury report would be the
I guess that's the best way we're going to call it.
Yeah, the most politically correct way we can say that. There's a change at skip, so Nada Leslie is in for Laura Bennett. The veteran curler, Nada, always comes with a great slew of strategy, shot making, good switch out for Team Bennett.
Yep.
I think they're looking good. So we'll be looking forward to that game and a whole bunch of curling.
Though, I have to give a shout out. You have to give a lot of credit. The fun factor might be more there with Laura, though, overall, because Laura is such a cheerful, wonderful person to hang around.
Absolutely. So. Yeah, their team chemistry, from what I've seen, has been unrivaled. So
yes.
As long as Nada can, substitute in and continue that fun, I think this team is going to go places.
Well, I think the other three can, usher the fun in either way.
That's right. So, to direct your attention to Sheet B, Noah Gordon, lead for Team Bennett, is up right now, and it looks like he is coming in. Rock looks a little hot. That might be... that's actually going to...
That's looking like it's going to stop pretty good.
It's going to check up, and it's not going to bury too much. Maybe a little bit, but it's looking...
So, Sheet B, having just played on it myself, was running a little slow. Not the very first draw after the scrape, but after that it tends to run a little slow. I played on it all tournament until I got eliminated. So.
That's right. You were just on in the 10-15 draw. We caught the little bit end of your game there. Me and Jen were on the stream.
Yeah, so it's not surprising to me that rock stopped for Noah. And even this, I think, there's a chance it might dig in and end up picking. Or, sorry, not picking, but hitting a guard. So.
Yeah, AJ, tell me a little bit, as a nutmeg curler and playing with people not from Nutmeg, and, there's obviously a lot of teams here not from Nutmeg, how does knowing the ice here versus other folks, how does that give you the advantage, or is it an advantage?
Well, in the scenario I was in, it's not necessarily an advantage because the rest of my team just didn't. They were used to playing field ice has been running a lot faster for them, I guess, recently. Mm-hmm. So, for them, it was really trying to figure out the weight for a lot of the tournament. But it's for me, I think it's a matter of what little quirks you're used to that do present themselves every game in, game out. A lot of that does get taken away from a good scrape or over a series of scrapes, but there's some of the corners in certain clubs have a little bit of fallout tendency or something like that, or hold straighter. So it's knowing that can help. For me, there's certain lines on Sheet B that I find maybe not at the beginning of the game, but after the first couple ends, they tend to run lightning quick. So you kind of get that impression. You know that going in. That can definitely help in a spiel for a little bit here, but ultimately, ice reading on the game situation is important.
Absolutely. Yeah, super helpful insight there. So over on B, it looks like Lauren had taken out the guard and just rolled off a little bit. So their rock was exposed for a hit, but it looks like the second for their team, for the opposing team, looks like they just
and they were just having a little fun with it just now, I think, unless it... Oh, it did hit something I didn't see. Okay.
Yeah, so that's Team Finkelstein, and they are from, I believe, they're from Bucks County. Yeah, so that was
Yep.
David who I believe just threw that shot. So
Yes, that was David. I think it was his name is pronounced Jaeger. I've played. Is it Jaeger?
yep, Jaeger. Looks like a Jaeger.
Where are we? You're on here.
Right here. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been saying it Jaeger. I apologize if I'm doing it wrong, but I actually met Dave and Julie in my first game skipping at a Bonspiel. Or well, actually, it was my first game skipping outside Bonspiel. So they're fifth years this year. I was a third year at the time.
Very
but
cool.
they're delightful people. So
Well, it seems like, up against Team Bennett or Team Leslie here,
yeah.
there's going to be a lot of fun factor going
yeah,
on.
there's a lot of nice people on that sheet. I'm sure they'll get to know each other and have a good time.
Yeah, lots of entertainment on the ice for sure. So over on A, we've got Team Zakin here. Mark coming back after retiring and going down to North Carolina to continue to do curling. Looks like their shot is on right now. And it looks like Rick is subbed out. So Jack Miller looks to be in for Rick here.
Yes, there is also an injury substitution there, similar to Laura.
And they're facing off against so it's Team Farrington, I believe. And that's from the Country Club, which is, I believe, in Boston. So not a terrible shot there from, it looks like that was from Liz.
Yes, and Liz actually, she had a little bit of an injury in her first game, so she's been kind of day-to-day or whatever you want to call it.
That's
in the
right,
case of Bonspiel. So, yeah, she had a little bit of back issue in her first game. And
so good to see her back.
Back on the ice.
Absolutely.
Hopefully it continues to do well for her.
So this looks to be maybe Chris firing on A. Let's see how it looks. I assume they're just going for the hit here. Hit and roll if they can.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. This is bending a lot more than I realized it would, but maybe I was missighting their broom. Yeah, I got the job done.
Yeah, not terrible at the end of the day.
Yeah, I suspect they would have rather rolled under, but
sure.
With that broom going inside out, that was less of a chance it was going to be able to hit that. So.
For sure. Over on B, we just saw Sean get a nice takeout and actually roll and I think partially bury under the red. It looks like Julie's going to try to hit. I figure she could probably see a half, maybe a third. Enough for the hit. You throw maybe like hack weight here.
She could throw a couple of good hack and board weight shots when we played her. So
Oh no, they're actually just going. They're just going for the open head. It looks like taking the.
Oh yeah, it does look like that's the handle they gave it. Yeah.
That's right. And
this looks like it might be on the light side though.
And it's curling a lot. I think they're gonna get it.
Yeah, they're gonna. Oh, that's not a terrible roll for them actually because it's still in. It's sort of undercover all the way off on the side there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's gonna be questionable whether that ends up a counter in the end or not. But at least if it does, if it could, it's
right.
It's in a good spot.
And yellow does have hammer here too, so it's not a terrible spot for them, right? Like they can. It looks like Nada's calling the draw, which seems to be the right call there.
Yeah, she's going. It looks like she's going top 8 with it. Is what she wants, which makes sense in front of her own.
Sean's got that late release.
Yep, he releases right by the hog line. That's what a lot of expert camps will tell you to do.
It doesn't seem to have too much release. This looks to be heavy
this
though.
Is heavy. This is pretty heavy. That's why.
Yeah, that's through the house. It looks like.
I was almost going to say it before he even got let it go that he was heavy, but I didn't want to underestimate the slowness powers of sheet B. So
sure. So it looks like over on C, it looks like Farmer Johnson. I assume that was Jen. Looks like just tapped and rolled over. That should be open though for a hit for John. From the looks of it.
Let's see, which rock are we talking about?
I assume they're going for
the
that yellow
back?
That's in the back four.
Yeah, I'm kind of sitting almost on the center line here, and you can see about 80 to 90% of it. So, but it is coming inside out, Andrew.
That's
so
true.
Like that could curl quite a bit. That could take off on him.
Yeah,
but that's why actually that would be the straightforward one. You know, I think John might be going for here. he might be trying to run back that yellow into that red at an angle in order to and drive it out.
Yeah. Does he have that angle, though? I guess that's the question. It doesn't, from my end, it doesn't seem to be, but I'm not obviously on the ice, so.
I mean, those are pretty close together. Oh, okay. You know what? Is there another red in there that I'm not seeing when I look at the ice, but I might see on the monitor?
So there's two.
Yeah, you're
there's
right.
Two reds in.
That angle is not there from that then.
Unless he's just trying to draw, and that might just be.
Well, you know, we don't really have an overhead view either, right, Andrew? He might be sitting 3 right now for all we know.
This is true.
Like I guess we could look up above us here. Oh, yeah.
I think they're sitting. That's close. That's very close.
That is pretty close between all 3 of them. Really are pretty close, but it looks like he's getting just a little tick off and a roll under here.
And that's not a bad shot at all. That does look somewhat open. It's not impossibly open. You know, there's still a little bit of muck there. Yeah.
But there is, if you hit that, like the way you'd have to come through that port, I think there's also a good chance you're going to end up jamming on the back one too.
Right.
So.
Team of Farmer and Johnson is, I believe, 2 brothers and 2 sisters, Chris, Jen, Cody, Chelsea.
Yeah, that's what I was told. And they're all from 4 different clubs, I think they said.
Yeah. Norfolk, Nutmeg, Potomac, Albany. Some nice representation here.
Yeah.
Chris, I know, has been a member of Nutmeg, I think just for the last couple months or so. Came over from Bucks. So good to see new young blood to the club.
Yeah.
So we'll see what he does here, too. It's a lot of broom for what I think he's trying to do, but he may just be trying to come down to it.
I'll give being a fan myself, I will give a shout out to Cody for wearing the quality pants out there. He's the only male wearing quality pants out there I see right now.
We did give you a shout out, by the way, about your brand ambassadorship for Loudmouth. So I have to ask, can you tell, is that Loudmouth brand?
Oh yes, that is definitely Loudmouth.
There you go.
I know Cody. He wears Loudmouth as well. Actually, funny story, the first time I played Cody in a Bonspiel, or played him as a skip versus skip, because he also skips at times.
Sure.
We accidentally wore the same pants.
That's incredible. Hopefully, like, the rest of your teams weren't, like, confused at all, like, seeing y'all in the house.
Not at all.
That's like it's a great feeling, the 2 very niche things just coming together like that. You love to see it. So, it looks like Chris. So, was Chris light? We missed the end of that there, but I think he ended up just clipping the guard and rolling over. So, oh no, I don't think that was the shot he wanted. So I think John's got one more here.
John has one more. This is not hammer. This is.
I would assume he just wants to come in and I would think he would just want to draw to top 4.
He might be just guarding up one of the ports here, Andrew.
Which I think is a totally fine shot. Yeah.
Makes perfect sense. This looks guard weight as well to me, at least. But I think it might over-curl. I think he's over-curling.
That has over-curled.
Yeah, it's keeping on going. That did not take much away as far as the port goes, if that's what he was trying to block.
Yeah, no, so Chris has an open port here. I think you just want to try to draw to the button, right? Just stick it in the middle and tap out that red if you can.
Yeah, I think that port is there for a draw for sure.
It's definitely.
He's facing quite a bit. He's facing at least 1 here, maybe 2, possibly even 3 if the overhead is a little screwy that we're looking at above us. So it wouldn't also be terrible for him for this. It's only the first end, for him to just draw in to just outcount everything but that 1 and give up his 1 and keep hammer.
So the shot is on now. Sweepers are on.
Yeah, I think Cody's on it a little early because it looked like it was a little wide.
It looks wide, yeah.
I think he was a little wide, and so Cody was trying to get on it early to move it over a little bit. Directional sweeping, in case anybody's not quite following that.
And they're going to
get the whip.
Off,
they're going to get the whip.
Nice.
That's a nice shot.
Nicely done.
I think it looks like they're sitting 1, though they're taking a look at it.
From our angle, it looks to be.
It really looks to me like he's sitting 1 right now.
Yeah. Over on B, it looks like Red scored 2.
Yes, it does.
So Team Finkelstein is oh no, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no,
so
that's that's Team Bennett with Laura is. Oh, sorry, no, you're right. Yeah, it's Team Finkelstein.
Yeah, Finkelstein is, and that's a good decent center guard to start.
Yep, indeed.
And
Nada's calling the corner.
I'd be remiss if we wouldn't give a shout out to our Tuesday teammate Noah Gordon here. You know, the lead for Team Bennett. Yeah, throw-in lead for this team.
Yep, and Noah and I were talking about it earlier. I feel like he's been playing a pretty strong game on his draws and his guards recently, so it's a good idea for him to be playing lead, I think, on this team.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised to see him being slotted as lead. You know, he could definitely be a second on this team or maybe even a vice. I'm not sure if the call was there to get a biter, but that's totally fine.
Yeah, I don't think they wanted a biter, but this early in the game, it doesn't look like Finkelstein's going for the bait rock on that. So.
Yeah, I think that's totally okay. And so Kennel looks like he's just going to go for the draw and play a straightforward game. Looks like over on A, it looks like Team Farrington scored, looks like 2.
Yep, that's 2.
And so Rana's up now, and
it looks like Mark is asking Rana for the hit. They're sweeping it pretty hard here. And going to get it. Yeah, it's on the outside. It looks like it's biting.
Looks like that's going to stay.
That's going to bite, yeah. Oh, and you're right. It didn't even leave the house entirely.
We're going to switch over to the warm room view, just so y'all can see a up-close and personal look at that side of the house.
Yeah, all 3 games are over here now anyways. So.
Of course. We got some viewers here, too. If you're rooting for anyone specific, let us know in the chat. Be sure to give them a shout-out. So AJ, I'll ask you, of the places you have gone to, the Bonspiels you've gone to, what has been like your favorite club, your favorite place to have curled at?
Oh, geez, that's a difficult question because every place has their advantages and disadvantages. So, I'll give a little shout out to my teammates from this spiel. The Plainfield Club always has some pretty high quality people, and they always find a good way to make things fun.
That's awesome.
They always have like great themes, etc. for their Bonspiels. I have to say, like, as far as locker rooms and like overall facility goes, though, I've liked Utica and Rochester quite a bit. They have some really nice locker rooms. Utica is, of course,
6 sheets,
beautiful, large open sheets. So.
Oh yeah, warm room going like all down and around too. It's a big club.
Yeah. The only thing about Utica that I'm not a huge fan of is they have like some kind of separate catering service for their food, so it gets a little bit weird there. But
it's true. They have, they always make sure to bring in the specialty Utica food, though, if you're,
do they?
Yeah, so having played there in college, when I was just a wee lad, they would always have, like, there's, I guess, a specialty pasta called chicken riggies. It's like it's an Italian specialty.
Yeah, that's an upstate New York Italian specialty.
Yeah, that's like a very specific thing. I know, I believe going to Clarkson up there. Did you have that up there?
No, but I went to Clarkson, but I grew up in Syracuse,
right
down the road.
That's
so
right.
That was definitely that sort of. It's an upstate New York thing in general, but I think it's probably most popular in the sort of corridor on the eastern side of the state. But.
So, mentioning like you mentioned Rochester. Have you had a garbage plate, or are you a fan of the garbage plate?
I have not had a garbage plate yet, believe it or not.
That was just disappointing to hear.
That was just something that my parents were never into, and I didn't manage to get it the one time. The times I've been to Rochester, I have not managed to get it yet. But
honestly, I think for your physical health, probably for the best.
Yeah,
I think it's okay you've missed out on that part.
I think at some point in time I want to go back for another Bonspiel at Rochester and get somebody to split a garbage plate maybe with me. Slightly healthier in that sense.
Yeah, maybe when I was in my late teens, early 20s, I could take down a full one, but at this point, I'm not.
Yeah, back when, when I was the age in which I could go out and run a 8-mile run afterwards and burn it all off.
Exactly,
maybe, but,
right.
Not happening recently.
Yeah, I think I need a full bottle of Tums just like right up by my side for that.
Yeah, maybe some Pepsi or something.
Exactly. Yeah. I wouldn't want to have like an acid attack on the ice or anything. That would be that would be bad.
Oh yeah, no, I've had that before.
Yeah,
While skipping, it's not fun.
No fun. Yeah.
It looks like they're going for a hit on B here, very close to their own. I'm afraid that this could work out in their favor. Does it stick? No, it didn't stick. Well, he's leaving it in play. I think it might have rolled over the line from my point of view, but it's hard to tell.
Looks like Brian over on C with a nice takeout. So it looks like Red actually did score one there on the on the first end. So Chris did have...
Red has scored on all 3 sheets.
Yeah. A very nice shot from Chris to close out the end, but just a close finish. Unfortunately, not there enough to score one, but that's okay.
Yeah. No, but like I said, he was facing a possibility of 3 there after the measure went the other way. So like it was just as well for him to get one in and keep hammer.
Absolutely. And this shot from Cody's looking pretty good too. I think they gotta get it there. I think it's a little light, but
yeah, I think that's gonna. I don't know. Will it outcount the other one? It's pretty close. No, they're not gonna get it there.
It's just gonna be a little short, unfortunately. But God forbid if that house is still empty when this end ends. That biter is that still there.
Yeah. No, and now it's. I mean, that biter is well covered now. Whether that's right. What they meant or not.
So over on B, the call for Sean here. Nate is thinking through it. Do you go for the hit and roll here, AJ, or do you just go for the draw? You have hammer, so
it looks like she's trying to line. Well, I thought she was trying to line up for hit. But, oh, she's getting fancy.
Is she going for the other?
No, she's moved the broom a few times here, so I'm trying to figure out exactly what's being said.
This might just be a draw, perhaps. Let's see.
I don't think it's a draw based upon where that broom is myself.
That's true, and that's got plenty of weight too. So yeah, they're going for a...
I think she might have been trying to change it to hitting their yellow into their red, which is what he's coming close to doing. Oh, not quite.
Unlucky.
It did at least come out the other side. It didn't bury under the guard that they've got there. So
it looks like Ken's just going to call for the draw and, put some pressure on Sean and Ada.
Yeah.
But you at least have that open hit there. You can hit and roll over. I guess it really just depends on what Ken does.
Hopefully this isn't against the broadcasting rules in some ways, but I'm going to question his choice to come this way though, because for me, if I'm trying to go in again here, I would come the other way. Only because if you're light, then you end up leaving a guard that might cover half of that red rock.
Right.
But
I guess you run the risk there of just putting something in no man's land, but it's the same. It's the same risk if you come from that side too.
And some people would say you might lead the double as well, but how many things can you plan for going wrong there? I think without hammer, he's now possibly leaving them 2 open targets to hit and roll under.
Exactly. And this rock is just going to
be just past T, I think. And
it's just sitting out there. So basically 2 open shots for Sean here. So which one looks like they're going to just go for the one that's counting.
And I won't be surprised if he if they give that same line in the 4th end. I won't be surprised if that buries completely. It takes a couple ends for sheet B to warm up in that sense. Sean looks like he's going. They're trying for the hit, but I think this might be heavy. Yeah, they're just gonna tick it if anything.
He just missed. Unfortunate outcome for Sean there.
Well, I mean, that did look like it might have been one of those things where it was like normal weight, and what she really wanted was more like a board.
Over on A, it looks like
Zakin's even getting into the sweeping over on A.
That's right.
That's surprising.
As we have learned, that third sweeper, it basically adds 0% to the sweep. But
and they've known that for years. Like, you go to any pro camp and they'll have told you before. Actually, they say a lot of the ones I've been to that if you're going to come out and sweep as a skip, you should be trying to replace one of your sweepers. You should get behind the rock.
Sure.
Because that first sweeper behind the rock is doing somewhere between 80 and 90% of the work. And so you want to relieve somebody who's already tired, not just...
So why don't you do that for me on Tuesdays?
Oh, I try to, but it's also a variety of the attitude you get on your front end.
That's true.
Because there are certain other nutmeg players who I will try and come out and do it, and they'll be like, "Get out of my way!"
No, it's mine.
It's my rock.
We have certainly seen that for sure. No. So over on A, it looks like Team Parrington. I assume they're just going to come and freeze on that yellow. I assume that's the call there, but we'll see.
That's what it kind of looks like, but that might be even touch heavy. I think they might be going for some kind of hit here.
Maybe just a roll. I mean, they don't have hammers, so they do want to just kind of stick there. It's an interesting call.
They've got it almost just off nose. It's rolling, maybe covered.
Like
Can we see?
half, maybe? Enough, perhaps.
Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't be a problem for. I think Zakin's probably just going to go down and tap it back out. Is my guess. But
We got a shout out from the chat. We got Allie rooting on Team Farrington. I believe a relative or the same namesake of Chris and Randy. So appreciate the Massachusetts pride over here. Love to see it. Over
not
on
looking at the thing. Is that entire team TCC or was it something else?
It's all TCC.
It's all TCC.
Yep.
Okay.
I believe it. So Chuck and Chris and Randy. So
I have never been to TCC. Have you?
I have not. No, I've heard it's very nice.
Yeah, I hear it's.
I mean, it's
quite the pleasant.
It is the country club, so it's got to be nice. That is actually where they hosted the U.S. Open a couple years ago. So for golf, so it's got to be a really nice place.
Yeah, I would think so. I hear
Sounds
it gets a little exclusive though. Most of the teams I've heard come back from it have said they were like not allowed to take pictures and stuff. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I wonder what's going on over there. It must be.
Yeah. What are they trying to hide?
Yeah. What are they cooking over at the TCC?
On B, Nada just missed a hit, and it looks like Finkelstein is going to try and guard up that line a little bit more.
A very nice shot from Chris over on C. A hit and roll directly to sit on.
Oh yeah, that's
the red rock of John Corelli.
And that's buried too.
Yeah, that's
John trying to get. I mean, he can get that out of there if he throws just the perfect weight, but I don't know if it's worth it going after that in the second end here.
And they're kissing too, so you would think they just if anything, you just want to come down to it and just barely wick off of it.
Yeah, if I was John, I would try and sit on this myself.
Yeah, I think that's
just try and sit on the inside corner.
I think that's
to bait them into going after it and see if they accidentally end up leaving you sitting too.
Yeah, that's a perfect call right there.
With the skips and vice backs to us here at the window, I'm now noticing the Farmer Johnson shirts.
Pretty cool, right?
Yeah, got some overalls there. Very.
You think that's
very
a play on the farmer name?
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, for all I know, Farmer Johnson might be a character in some
perhaps one of them's got
fictional piece.
One of them's got the mustache too, over on the right side. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I think it tells us we may need to create some Tuesday team swag. We need some merch.
Hey, I'm already trying to get you guys into the pants here.
I as someone who has now recently purchased a pair of loudmouth pants, we can slowly convert. We have to develop some team cohesiveness. It's important, right?
And I just gave Alex a couple pairs to borrow and see if they fit, and I told him either one of these I'll sell you for $40.
There you go.
So if we get you guys on board, then maybe we can work on Francois and Noah.
There you go. Shout out to Loudmouth Pants if you're listening. I did already ask for the sponsorship for AJ, so if you're listening, here's the opportunity.
My personal goal will be by the time Brian Walker reappears in the club.
Yes.
To be able to completely have mismatched pants across the sheet when we play him, because he is. He finds some of my choices in my sense of style a little bit questionable at times.
You know what? As long as you feel comfortable in your own skin, that's all that's important. So it looks like B just finished, and we did see a hit. So it seems like Team Bennett might be on the board, but we'll update y'all in just a second on that. So it looks like Chris's shot is on. It looks John came up just short from the looks of it. So this is hammer for Chris. He looks
trying to draw. That looks a little heavy.
It looks heavy, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think Lauren's gonna be able to sweep this far enough that it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and that was hammer. So
Sheet C has basically effectively gone to a 6-end game. Just warmed up the ice a bit.
There you go.
Well, I guess and changed to hammer position, right?
Yes.
They didn't trade hammer. It was a steal and then a hammer one. Nada is putting up the center guard on B.
So it looks like
that's looking heavy.
Yeah, it looks like they did score there. Well, the specific number we'll get back to y'all on. Over on A, it looks like that's done. We're gonna switch back to the.
Stein is able to sweep it out the back on B. You were saying on A. I'm sorry, Andrew.
Oh no, you're good. It looks like they're just done, and I just unfortunately missed the outcome there. So we'll once again report back. Looks like over on C, it looks like Chelsea's up now. A fellow lefty. We love to see it.
The looks of that, yes.
She's got the purple broom as well. She's got the color palette down pat. You love to see.
He's coming back quite a bit, but it's also, looks like the ice is speeding up a bit for them there on C because that's back house. So clearly, Red scored again on on sheet A because they were up first here, I think, unless I'm mistaken. Zakin Red? I'm trying.
Farrington is red, I believe.
Okay.
It looks like the raw colors are predetermined. So
yes, they were supposed to be.
Makes it a little easier for the planning, I guess.
Yeah, I mean it's easier and harder depending upon how nitpicky you want to get.
Sure.
I never do it on any of the spiels that I have put together, only because I'm hard on myself and a nitpicker, and if you want to do it absolutely right, you should be trying to make sure that no team is on the same sheet twice in a row, nor has the same rock color on that sheet. And that can be very difficult to figure out throughout the whole entire logistics.
Especially as the games go on, right? Like, you can only plan for, the majority of scenarios that happen.
Correct.
Any infinite iterations of the games.
And as I say, that every draw has to have some level of flaw. So, like the ones I just talked about, like I said, I'm nitpicking myself. The ones I just talked about, that's like the least of your worries when you're putting together a draw.
Right. So it looks like, Red, Team Farrington scored 2.
Scored a deuce again.
Yeah, it stole 2 again.
Stole 2 against Zakin.
I know Mark is probably in shambles right now, but if anyone can put it back together, it is Mark.
I have to say, I can already see from here that Mark is turning that slight color pinkish already that he does when he is on fumes. So something must have happened there.
Yeah, his body language doesn't look too great right now. But, if I'm Mark coming back, you got to just enjoy the time coming back and seeing old friends curling on the ice you curled for a long time.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure that's why he set up this team originally, because he picked Rick and Liz to hang out, and now I know he was talking to Jack earlier. He misses playing with Jack, I'm sure.
Yeah. So you build really good bonds here, right? And when you break that, it's tough to let that go.
Yep.
But it looks like so that shot from Rana looks pretty solid.
I think Mark wanted the freeze. That might be why he jumped out there and tried to help.
Looks like it's still in play, so there's at least a bit of a jam depending on where they hit it. I think if there's enough to hit it left of edge. I'm assuming they're just going to freeze up on it, though. It's probably the call there.
For that much broom, I would think so.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's trying to hit it, he's got to be doing like a back house weight, but even that's a lot of broom for that.
So looking at the rest of the Golden Handle, so earlier in the 115 draw, we had Monica Lin from the Plainfield Curling Club defeat Robert Kwan from our Nutmeg Home Club. And we had Dave Bykowski, his team, which is really a Nutmeg team, but is on paper based out of Hartford, defeat Team Ed Schemia. So it'll be Team Bykowski versus Team Lin, Connecticut versus New Jersey. A lot to look forward to there.
And to be fair about the entire Team Bykowski thing, like all 4 of those members are from up that end of the state. They just travel significantly every time they come here.
That's right.
So, and I'm sure if they ever got the funding, they would be pretty happy to start an actual physical club in Hartford.
Of course.
Yeah, so it's not just like, I know there have been certain other people who have just joined certain clubs just to be able to use the name.
Sure.
At a Bonspiel, and so it's not like that. They're clearly all Hartford members. If Hartford ever got a building, they might be less often here, if at all.
Of course. Yeah, they have the arena ice, I believe.
Yes.
For when they do play. You ever curl on arena ice, AJ?
Oh yeah. Actually, every summer I try and keep my skills up a little bit by going in and playing with the Hartford folks. So
very cool.
Haven't officially joined, but I'm on their mailing list such that they always, I pay the whatever price they charge for the one time.
Sure. So very cool. And, I haven't done it myself, but it's obviously not like a curling club and the actual ice, but
you get different ice conditions. You have ice reading becomes very critical because you have like Zamboni grooves. You have a lot of you think falling towards the wall in any real curling, any dedicated ice curling club is bad at times. Like, trust me, there are sheets in which you have nothing but fall towards the wall. But I've played on Long Island as well one time when we did a friendly there. But that was, half the sheet was falling towards the boards, so to speak, in hockey. So, similarly in Rocket City, though I hear Rocket City is actually in Alabama there, in Huntington, Alabama, has actually gotten their funding or very close to it.
That's exciting.
For a 5-sheet club.
That's pretty cool.
That impressed me that they could go from all the way from arena to 5 sheets.
It's pretty remarkable.
But Carl Bilt, so I don't know if he's still in it or if his team has been. He was on team. I never say Colin's last name right, so I'm not going to try to. Kaspersky, you say it. I'm terrible.
Kasperwitz, I'm going to guess.
That's probably better than I would say. So I think they're still in it. I think they're maybe not in A, of course, but I think they're. Oh no, they did.
They were in.
They were in.
They lost to Nate's team this morning.
Okay. Yeah. So, but Carl Biltz was talking about possibly going there himself. So
very cool.
All
so
right.
over on B, looks like yellow is sitting one. That's team. I keep saying Team Leslie, but it's Team
Bennett.
Team Bennett on paper. And it looks like red's got one up guarded. I assume Sean's just going to try to guard up that one in the house. We'll see what he does here.
This is a lot of room for a guard of that one in the house, though.
Yeah, it looks like
that is coming a lot, though. Maybe
it is curling quite a bit. I think that'll end up okay. It's a
that's gonna block up some of it. I'm still thinking there's gonna be a little port there, though, if they try.
Definitely. I mean, it blocks.
Oh no, that does that
finishes quite nicely.
The sweeper swept it pretty well to finish, so there's not much of that left, if anything, visible.
Over on C, there's a bit of a logjam going on. So there's 3. It looks like yellow is sitting 3, especially after that last shot. So John's got some work to do. What's the call here if you're John for Lauren?
Actually, you're saying on sheet C?
Sheet C, I'm sorry.
Yellow's only sitting 2.
They're 2?
They're only 2. I can definitely see a red rock here in the back of the house that is out counting the 2 of the other ones in the 8-foot. So
we have gotten confirmation from Alex that it is 2.
Yes, Alex is sitting right under the monitor, so he agrees with me. So
we're gonna get Alex to go onto the ice, do some on-field interviews at some point. Check in with the players.
You joke, but at one point in time we had headsets that were mobile. I don't know if these just need to be unplugged or what. But,
sure. We got to find some way to make that happen. I know Ed could probably do a pretty good on ice interview.
Oh, I'm sure.
So let's see.
This looks like it's trying to do some form of run back here. Yeah, no, he's pushed it to the back, but unfortunately they jammed. So now,
I mean, that red is pretty.
I think now yellow's only sitting 1, but that red's actually in kind of a good spot for them.
It is.
It's not the easiest rock to remove without jamming on something. or without risk to hitting something else.
Yeah, and I would imagine if I'm Jen, I mean, I would just guard this up. I don't know. I wouldn't get tricky here if, like...
You mean if you're Chris, or?
Yeah, sorry. Jen's throwing now. But, yeah,
Jen, gotcha, yeah.
If I'm Chris calling to Jen, yeah, I think that's a good call. You sort of stick it, like... You sort of block both the yellow and the red if you can.
Yeah. You know, I actually don't... Yeah. I don't mind the freeze on it either. Not onto the red, but onto the one on the button.
Yeah, freeze is not a bad call as well. This looks wide, I think.
It does seem like it might have been a little wide of the broom from my point of view, but it is
it's coming back. It's coming back okay. Yeah, no, this might be all right.
Cody's starting to sweep it a little bit. He might be going for direction. Oh, they're going to end up freezing to that red there, just tapping it a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... Actually, that's not a bad layout because I think they changed the angle on it just enough that I think you might be able to hit, if they don't do anything else to cause them turmoil here, they might be able to hit that yellow into that red.
Sure.
And then leave themselves sitting a bundle. Because now you change the angle such that that red doesn't jam as easily anymore if you hit it that way.
Right. And it looks like, yep, they're sweeping on. This actually looks okay.
They're just trying to take out the shot rock, I'm sure.
I'm assuming
so. Yeah, they might do what I just said for them. Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
And they have
not bad for yellow.
They have definitely left yellow sitting 2. It's kind of difficult to tell between the other 2 that's in the front of the house.
Yeah, that's got to be close.
They might be 4. And so if Farmer Johnson makes this hit, they will be sitting 6 if they stick.
And I assume I don't know if they would freeze to it or just put it maybe at the 8 or even the 12, right?
If who would freeze to it?
If Chris is freezing to it.
You're thinking, I think that's going for a hit. I think he's trying to put the, I think he's going for a hit, just coming, maybe a lower weight hit to just come a little bit across the face and roll in there. Because if you look at it, if he makes that hit right, he's going to be sitting at least 3 or 4, maybe even 6, as many as 6, depending on how things measure there closer.
He needs a lot of weight, though, if he's trying to do that.
Well, yeah, okay, you're right. It looks like you might be right. He might have been going for the, because they're not sweeping that, so he might have been going for some kind of freeze or maybe a tap split. Yeah, they're going for the tap split. They're trying to split that under. Yeah.
Not bad. So, a lot of rocks in the house for yellow team here. And if you're John, I think you can just hit and roll over.
Yeah, hit and roll is the clear-cut call here for John.
Yeah.
Especially with that many yellow in play, he doesn't want to risk giving up the big number. He needs to get something on the cover.
Right.
He could go for just a plain draw into there, but that's definitely not what Lauren was just motioning. And the draw has to be much more precise versus the hit is at least you eliminate 1. Or well, the only way you do is a catastrophic jam.
Right.
I will only knock on wood, and in order to not become John's enemy any further than I might be already, I will not talk about that anymore.
So we'll see what he does here. Looks like a good amount of broom too. Like I think that's the right amount of broom.
There are a lot of rocks over there on the side in sheet B.
Nice little cluster for Team Bennett.
Yeah.
Looks like this is hammer rock, I believe.
Is this? Yes, it is hammer. So. And the sweepers are on it.
I was gonna say that looks light.
Yeah, I was seeing how much it was moving. I was afraid of that. Ooh, this is looking not good. Can they get it there? Yeah, I think they might have at least kind of got him real one there. Let's see.
At minimum, it's two. It's got to be two yellow from the looks of it.
Yeah.
Looks like John took out the shot rock from Chris, so I would presume this is
but
just
he
a.
did not get his roll, so he has still left Chris a opportunity to sit another bundle here.
Yep. And I assume you probably just want to nose this, right?
That's, you don't have hammer in Chris in Farmer Johnson's situation here. It all depends. Yeah, I guess maybe you do want to nose it.
Because that yellow one is still like.
Yeah.
If you nose and stick, if John noses that, the one behind the 8, I think would still be counting. Or behind the 4, I mean.
Yeah, but you know what? Well, yeah, because you're going to have a jam, I think. I can't really see yeah, you'd have a jam that would, so probably nose is the best, but
he's a little wide of that, though, I think.
Wide of that.
He's going to roll.
Directionally
I think he's going to get the roll.
it, I think it's going to take a little, though. Oh, yep.
It just sprayed out.
Yeah.
All right, so John's got an open draw.
They lost the shooter. Open draw for one. If he wants to get fancy, he could go kind of like a back house weight and try and fiddle something in the back there, but I don't think that's going to, I think there's very few little chances he's going to get 2 out of this.
So over on, yeah, so it looks like
it looks like indeed they did, on B, they did end up giving up 3.
Yeah, very, very nice from Team Bennett, stealing 3. Unfortunate outcome for Team Finkelstein. It looks like Mark did score 2 in the 3rd, so they're chipping away at that lead. So let's see what John does over on C.
I think he's probably just drawn into that, realizing he's got a pocket of backing there.
Looks like a decent amount of room for it. I guess it is curling a lot.
It does curl a lot back there on that line, it seems.
And
they are on it quite a bit here, though.
Oh, is it light?
Oh, wow. Yeah, that is definitely light. I think he's going to be able to outcount. Oh, he's going to crash.
He crashed on the guard. Wow.
He's going to crash, and this is going to be at least 3, maybe 4. Yeah, I think it's going to be 4 for Farmer Johnson. It could only be 1. I might be way off here because the overhead cameras in the warm room are not great, but it looks an awful lot like 4 to me.
We're going to take a brief intermission and come back to you guys with next 5 ends of this game.
Okay, folks. Mike DiPolo here. Andrew and AJ have both, or at least are on their way out of the building. Looks like we are in the fourth end, just all the way around. Quick recap over on A, we have the curling club up against Mark Zakin. The club is up 4-2. Over on B, we have Nada Leslie and her rink currently up 4-2. And on C, John Corelli is currently down 3-1. Like I said, all playing in the fourth. So it looks like Corelli is looking to split the house here over on C. He's got one on the wide 12. Brian Tully sweeping along with the third, and looks like beautiful shot just above the tee. House totally split. So it looks like John may well be in a position to take two. Over on B, we got a real lineup here. We're going to spill two of them. Very nice shot. Very nice. So it looks like the one is going to hang on the top 12. And now Nada is sitting second and third. Over on sheet B, and that other team on B is from Bucks County, as I'm seeing from the warm room. A lot of Bucks players over there saying hello and shaking cowbell signs. Over on A, it looks like we have a biter in the back 12. We have one on the tee line at the 8. And the curling club is coming down. Looks like we're on the guard, it would appear from here. Yes, definitely on the guard. And enough to tap and grab a piece of the 12. Zakin still sitting shot. Brian Tully over on C. After the one red rock was removed, Brian's going to come in and replace it. Weight looks good. Sweepers are just lightly brushing. No, this one's curling in. I take that back. The handle is tough to see sometimes. And unfortunately, he's going to tap up there yellow. In, but open. We'll see what Chris Farmer can do with that. So Bucks is coming in with their, looks like their second shot. Nose hit, and now sitting second, third, and fourth. Nate is still sitting shot. Looks like AJ is coming back to the mic.
Alrighty.
How are you, AJ?
Not bad. How are you, Mike?
No, I'm not doing too badly at all.
Mike, speaking of mics.
Mike on the mic.
And
now those two split the house 12-footers that Corelli was enjoying earlier are now both gone. And it looks like we got looking for a hit. Possible roll under from Mr. Tully over on C. Curling club is again on the guard.
Yep.
That's two in a row over there.
It is rolled to a high corner.
We've got what? We got 5 guards and one biting the 12 over there. 6 guards and one biting the 12.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 6 guards, one biting the 12, one half in the 12.
Yeah, that's about it. And now Liz is going to come down. I think she's going to try to thread through some of those guards.
Sheet B, you have a heavy draw that appears to have just accidentally.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a disaster for Team Bennett.
That was a disaster.
I think they are no longer shot.
No, I don't know.
It could be shot.
Let's see if we can.
I don't know. Do we have the overhead on over here? Or do I have to go over and look at it?
I think you might have to go look at it, AJ. I don't think the the overhead here is going to work.
Just back up enough. Nah, I'll be right back.
All right. All right, so Brian did make the shot over, but he's now going to get bounced out.
That is close on B, but
Close on
I really
B.
think it's 1, maybe even 2 red. All 3 of those are really close, actually.
Okay.
Too close to call from the overhead.
All right, good deal. So Mark is now sitting 2 over on A. Another shot in, and he carves out the one that was sitting up, biting the top 12.
He has also rolled out.
Yeah, and no, it looks like he might be still sitting 2. That might have been 3. There's one on the back 12 that is looks like it's close enough to bite.
Yeah, that might be biting. You still, let's see. Oh, Mark is yellow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, he's not sitting 2 though, because he's.
No, he wouldn't be sitting
red,
2.
yeah.
Yeah, just 2 in. I'm sorry.
Yeah. All right. Now Finkelstein appears to be going for the draw on sheet B.
All right, so Zakin's first over on A.
It's interesting to compare the play styles of each sheet here, whereas sheet C seems to, at this point in the game at least, be having a very open sheet at the moment, whereas everything else has a lot of rocks in play.
Well, the way it got set up, Corelli had 2 stones, each in the 12, on opposite sides of the ice, so it became a hit game pretty early on.
Yeah.
And now it looks like Chris has got 3 in. This might make it out. Nah, it's going to get out.
Yeah, John can take that out.
Yeah, John will get it out. He did.
Sheet B there a little bit light on that draw. They end up just splitting it a little bit, but
and it looks like Mr. Zakin was able to bite the button with his first shot.
That
and
probably
that looks like it's fairly well under cover as well. Oh yeah. No, that's very definitely buried. He laid that right in there.
Yeah, is that buried, you think? I think it might be a sliver available, but still, like, I don't know if you really want to go for that.
I'm looking here, AJ. It looks like it's pretty well under. Maybe just, an 1/8. Or if Paul Douglas is listening, 7/8 are buried. I was playing with Paul one night. He says, "How much can you see?" I said 7/8, and I think he was going to lose it.
What do you think he's going for here, though? It looks like over on A.
I'm really not. It looks like he's going to try to chip that one out.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking.
So it must be showing at least a piece.
Yeah, I think that might be showing that sliver, and that he's maybe hoping for the maybe even the double here if he hits it right.
Well, if she hits it. No, he.
Or,
it is
yeah,
he.
It
is he. Right. Okay.
Yeah, there is a she in the house right now.
Right,
that's why I assumed it was
Oh, there you go. There you go. Not a lot of weight here. I don't know that we're going to have enough power to take out 2.
Well, it's got to move a little more too. Oh, it's going to get there.
It's going to get a piece.
I don't think it's going to have the power to take out 2, like you said, but it's at least rolling to a spot where it makes you think twice.
Looks like a nose hit. Unfortunately, Mark cannot afford anything much more than nose. Otherwise, he's going to, or anything much less than nose. If he can come across the face a little bit, he's going to unfortunately lie open somewhere.
Yeah,
but he's got to clear his stone.
Yeah, that's not.
I mean, he's down 3. Oh, I'm sorry, he's down 2. So he needs a crooked number here.
We were saying he and she's before. I will just apologize ahead of time for us if we get anybody's gender identity in that sense wrong. As, we were having a discussion in the warm room earlier about
I heard that.
What it really, what gender identity and such plays into the mixed Bonspiel rules.
We may have to, when you sign up, what are your pronouns so the announcers will know not to insult anybody.
Yes, I was saying to some of the other guys, actually, there's also a Z pronoun.
Oh, is there? I didn't know that one.
For people who have, I guess they have
There he goes. Oh, what a shot. What a shot. He nailed it.
Yeah, and he rolled under.
That's what I mean. He rolled under, and he removed the stone, which was job 1. But he also rolled under their guard, which is really nice.
And by the way, it was Z and Zay, apparently.
Oh, okay.
Like,
well,
so
very good.
it's even a step beyond.
It's
Like, they don't even want the they pronoun.
Right.
They want to be that different.
Yeah, I'm still getting used to the singular they.
Yes.
And the singular there.
As am I.
I need another. I'll go get it, Julie.
This isn't. You can take this.
No, it's fine.
I don't know whose that is. So. Yeah, we need bar service on the mic, right, Mike?
Yeah. Well, Zay can have that kind of cachet. Mark, you need another one? I don't know that we do, AJ.
Well, you have to remember that there's also this discussion of how good the commenting
There he
was from
yes.
Zakin based on the
true,
number
too.
of scotches
That's true.
that have been drank. So.
Yeah, commentary's kind of bland. Oh, he hasn't had one yet. All right, the curling club is throwing one down. Looks like they're going to be happy just to sit and take one.
Ooh, this is.
And they're going to get their one. Okay. Well, it was good that Mark made him throw against 3. They took their. It would have been nice for Mark to steal 1 or 2.
Well, I mean, that was still his best chance, I think.
Oh,
at
sure.
Stealing.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, unfortunately, he couldn't lay one up high because they were sitting shot. He had to remove the stone.
Farmer Johnson is trying to draw for a second here with his rock, or at least to put a second one in. This appears to be their last skip stone.
I think he's going to hit that one on the.
I think he's going to
but he's still going to chip off well enough. All right.
See now.
That's unfortunate because now we got a flat.
This is just I was about
fairly
to say,
flat double for 1.
This is just my 2 cents. If I were yellow, I would have been. If I were Corelli or not Corelli team, if I were them,
Johnson,
I would have been sweeping that after, trying to get even just that tiny bit further back.
Yeah.
Right, because I've seen Corelli make these flat doubles many times before.
Oh yeah. Calling for a fair amount of ice.
Yeah, that is surprising.
He may be happy. Yeah, well, you know what the thing is.
I guess he doesn't really have.
He doesn't
have.
Yeah, he
so
doesn't have to hit
really,
that. He really needs just to.
Yeah, he's only going to get one
roll
either
the
way.
Slightest bit. Yeah.
Yeah, he's really only get one either way unless he did something really crazy here.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, he only needs about 3 inches of roll off of dead nose.
On sheet B, Nada has come up short in her last rock draw here, and so Hammer is there with Red sitting at least 1, and like I said before, there's the possibility they're sitting 3 already with Hammer coming.
Ooh.
Put it this way, I thought it was very close between that yellow that's in the back and the top 2 before they got jingled a little bit ago, so that makes me think maybe at least one of them got jingled in to be clear cut.
All right, here comes Corelli's shot. Looks good. Sweepers are on it.
Yeah, that's moving
is
a
down.
lot, so I think they need to go still.
He may hit the
Ooh,
guard.
he's coming close on the guard.
He's coming
he's
very close.
He's going to get it.
Yeah. Oh. And he just gave up 3. Ugh.
Yeah, that's the way it looks. Wow.
Tough luck there.
Draw for trying to get a 4th here on B, or possible 4th here on B. It looks like it might be a touch heavy. Sean might be able to get this out. No, it's going to be
no.
So they got at least 2. I don't know what they've decided on the top 2 there. Nada should really. I'm going to just say Nada probably shouldn't be the one looking at those.
Yeah, she walked away.
So it's at least 2. I'm guessing it might be 3 and that they're looking at the 4th. Because they moved that other rock, which I thought was even closer.
No, you're going to measure the last 2.
Yeah, I'm saying I think this is a measure for 4. The rock that was next to that one that they've left for measure, they moved that pretty quick, and I was pretty sure that was.
That could have been in play.
I was pretty sure that was before they tapped it earlier. I was pretty sure that was it. So.
Well, this is something we're not used to here. Several clubs who have come in for the spiel now with measures have put the broom down across the 4 foot, especially if the if the measured stones are there close.
Yeah,
Can't say I'm not crazy about brooms on the ice like that.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard it both ways. I've heard on one hand it helps, people cleaning up, keep track of it.
Right.
I guess there's some kind of system to it that I haven't figured out either as far as exactly what orientation you put it down.
Right.
But, like, as I'm sure is going through your head as an ice crew member, there is the possibility that you're warming up the ice there.
It's not even that, really. It's a question of somebody tripping on it or somebody hitting it and moving a stone.
That's true.
That's what I think. Now, back in Detroit, we did do that in Detroit. We laid the broom down. I did it here for the first time when I was new here, and I got a very stern talking to.
Really?
We do. I don't remember who it was.
Oh,
we do not lay brooms on the ice here.
I was about to guess that the name started with Z, but as I have
no, I actually think the first name started with an A, if I recall correctly.
Oh, really? And it's not me. So.
No, it's someone who's no longer here, and I'll leave the rest.
Oh, that name that began with an A. Yes. Well, that would be possible too. But as we had commentary coming from our left as well, I thought there might have been another name that might have said it.
No. Yeah, we also had the habit if somebody were to inadvertently drop a broom, several other people would drop their brooms. So, the spirit of curling, so to speak, was so you couldn't tell who had dropped their broom.
Yeah, and I've heard
we don't do that here either.
I've heard it both ways on that one too. My Plainfield teammates did that yesterday when
they did. Okay.
When the other team somebody dropped their broom during just before I was about to throw one of my rocks. Like my vice dropped her broom as a thing. So Noah has taken off his jacket as he throws his lead rock here. He must be warming up. They were sweeping that quite a bit, but it's looking pretty good to get behind that guard. And it didn't get full coverage, but it's at least got something in front of it.
Oh, yeah, it looks like we sent one through over on C. Farmer Johnsons are up again.
Yeah, so Corelli's not helping himself there.
Yeah, John's the defending champion here.
Yeah. Yeah, I know he had a tight game last night in A.
Yeah.
Jaegers are sweeping this one quite a bit on B. I'm not quite sure if, I guess it must be for a corner guard. That looks of it. Though that might get in their way if they ever want to go after that yellow now.
Yeah.
Zakin is looking like he's going to pin his own here.
Yeah,
I don't know
he
if
is
that was
not going to be happy with that.
Yeah. I don't know if that was supposed to be an in-off or whether that was
yeah, I don't know.
That was supposed to be a straight tap because there's really nothing else in the house.
Nothing else to do. I mean,
it could have been just a straight tap.
They've got the Berlin Wall sitting up in front there.
Yeah. I would have liked to think it would be an in-off just because you have the other two red that are very tappable.
I would have thought so. It was too hard for a draw.
Yeah. And it seems too far outside to be doing the tap.
Yeah, exactly.
So here's a red tap attempt here. Farrington, I think, is the team red.
Yeah, we got a double, an unfortunate double over on C. He took out the red rock, but he also took out one of his own.
And Farrington has tapped his own red back on A, so that looks like it's at least partially undercover. Though Mark seems to be calling the draw to it on A.
Yeah, it looks reachable through the port.
Finkelstein appears to be doing the peel of shame on his on that corner guard there.
Oh yeah.
Either that or a tap attempt, some kind of angle raise perhaps.
No, that's not tap weight.
That's a peel of shame. I think it looks like it might be. Yeah, no, that's on the edge. Let's get rid of it. Oh.
Oh.
If he planned that, that
and
is.
Muldowney.
Yeah.
Although he's not, I don't think he's sitting shot.
He's not
the way,
sitting shot.
Boy, that geared about 3 inches
I don't know.
to the left.
You and Jack have different rules about what counts as a Muldowney and not. So
Yeah, well.
I don't know if we really should be using that term on the air here either. So
I may not be as precise as others. Hey, we don't, I think every club's got one.
Probably.
Someone who just has that ability to come up with the plan Z.
And they appear to be going for the hit on B after that. This looks like it's coming. Oh, she's going at the other way?
No, not quite.
Not quite.
Not quite. That looked a little more inadvertent than not, but that's okay.
There's a wide open house.
So what do we
now.
got over on? What do we got over on A? Marcus facing 3. Ay.
He is still calling the freeze. It looks like.
Yeah, it would appear. That's a lot of ice for.
I mean, I don't know what else he could be doing with that.
Yeah, I don't either, to be honest with you, AJ. Yeah, it's that handle.
And that is a light handle too. It looks like.
But
it also looks heavy.
Sweepers are not on it yet.
Rana's put her broom down.
Yeah.
She's at least cleaning. I
Here
think
it comes.
that's.
Oh.
Wow, that is diving in. That is a great shot by Liz.
Oh yeah.
Can't see
Wait
exactly
for
where
Jack to move, but I think.
But yeah, that's a
come right
almost
down?
perfect freeze.
Oh, look at that, will you?
I can't tell from here whether
Nice shot, Liz.
whether the overhead or not has them counting because
It looks like it's a little bit to the right, but it would need to be the way the house is angled. It's going to be close, but that was one hell of a good shot.
Yeah, no, that was especially for that much broom.
Especially being under the guard, because there's no way you're pounding that. All they can do is sit on it.
Well, yeah, I mean you can go after it, but like it's just gonna remove the back red behind you.
Right, you're
screwing
gonna
yourself,
tickle
so.
the red. You're gonna. It's not worth doing anything. I mean, the only thing you could do is shoulder it on the right hand side and hope not to touch it.
Yeah.
Pretty open house on A, or on C rather.
Yeah, it looks like they're. I'm guessing this is going to be some kind of low weight hit on the red that's in the house based on where he's got his broom. Not low weight, but
No, he's
just
pretty,
like a board or something,
close.
maybe. Board or hack, maybe.
Yeah.
She might have been a little bit wide, but they're on it already, so. Yeah, no, that's diving quite a bit.
Yeah, well, inside out tends to move more. And that's what we.
Ooh, they might get the jam on this.
Oh, barely touched it. Yeah, that took off a little harder. I think you were right.
Going down into that corner sometimes gets a little bit.
Yeah. Well, it's, anything inside out is going to move more than outside in. That just seems to be the physics of it all. All right, Zakin taking the long walk down the ice. He's got to be happy with that last shot. Although I'm probably guessing he's not too happy with where he's sitting right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's got the classic slightly pink Zakin look there.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen the
turnaround.
Yeah, I haven't seen the infamous turnaround. He still feels like he's in it as long as you haven't gotten the broom lean yet.
Well, there you go. The broom lean, the scratching the head.
We're seeing all these. I'm sure I have my similar quirks.
Everybody does. Everybody does.
I do not get the chance to rewatch my games often enough to know what people say about them. So.
Oh, you don't want to know.
Oh, no. Now I'm going to have to go back and listen, Mike, and be particularly what does Mike say here,
All right, so what did he do here? Did he just kind of
knocked
out a stone?
Off,
that's about it. He didn't do much to help himself, that's for sure.
I think he knocked, He knocked out one of the rocks that was in front of him. So.
Yeah, that's about it. All right, what do you got here, Mr. Farmer? Looks like we're going to play in the back 12 tonight, or the back 8 tonight.
You know, I'm going to take a quick look over there. Hang on a sec.
Looks like he's sitting 1 and 4. Sweepers are mostly off it. A little light cleaning going on now. A tick. He moved shot rock back. He's definitely sitting shot. I think he might have moved shot rock back to 3rd now. But he's left Corelli a fairly easy double.
Sorry, Mike. I got
that's all right.
called over by the Bonspiel chair, but I was going over to look, and that is almost certainly actually. Well, now I don't even remember. I just thought it might have been red while I was over there.
Yeah, now I think we're sitting. He moved shot rock back, but I thought was shot rock, which was his yellow. He moved that back. He's definitely sitting shot. I think.
Oh, you think he is? Okay.
I think red is now sitting, possibly 3rd, definitely 4th. I think yellow is still sitting 1 and 2 right now. And it looks like Corelli's calling for a down weight shot also. Interesting.
And
I thought he might want to take out those two yellows.
Hit and roll on that, and
if he is, he's not looking to do it with a lot of weight.
Okay. All right. I need to go get a quick lesson on how to update Bonspieler, apparently, from our Bonspiel chair, because they need somebody to do that. So.
All right, sounds good. All right, they're kicking stones over on A. Unfortunately, I did not see the result. I'll wait for them to post it. Looks like Mark did pick up 1 point, so he's sitting now down 5-3 going into the 6th. And give me a moment here, folks. Okay, back with you. Quick call from home. The lovely and talented Connie DePolo is going to be joining me tonight at the Comedy Club. And okay, back to the action on C. It looks like we're still playing into that lower right quadrant. Chris Farmer just sent one in that I don't think really did much to help his situation much. I think he is still sitting shot. Corelli, yeah, he's still sitting. Farmer's still sitting shot. Corelli's second. And this is hammer, so I don't know that John can do much to take 2. That the shot rock is pretty well grounded. And give us a moment here. AJ is updating Bonspieler so that the folks out on the road can see how we're doing here. Good. All right, Corelli's shot is off. I don't have much in the way of eyes on the screen, so I'm going to have to look at it live, so to speak. Very low weight. Sweepers are taking it as far as they can. Weiss is coming up to help. And it looks like it might be enough. I think it's enough. I think it's enough for one. And no, Farmer took the shot. Yeah, I lost my screen here and had to look at it from the far end. All right, we got our screens back.
Though we can update the Bonspiel thing at some point.
No problem. All right, so Chris Farmer took another one. He now is up 7-1. It's not looking good for Team Corelli. Over on B, I think we are sitting at Finkelstein at 6. And Leslie currently with, I think, 3. Over on A, the Country Club is at 5, and Zakin, the combined Nutmeg, Charlotte, the Char Nuts are at 3. All right, Nada Leslie coming down to throw hammer. She needs a few stones. She's currently sitting 3. This can put her right back in the game. Sean Hoboken holding the broom in the middle 12. Nada just needs the 8-foot, can even take a bit of the 12. And she'll put up a big 4 spot.
I had that happen, I think, in my game versus Finkelstein, a 4-spot versus a 4-spot. Or maybe it's one of my other games, but I definitely had on sheet B earlier a 4-spot right after a 4-spot.
Oh, there you go. Sweeper just watching it come in.
Oh, that could be a bit heavy.
No, it's going to catch that,
something,
and
so
it's going to be beautiful.
Be good. Yep.
There you go, and 4 for Team Leslie over on B. Wonderful for her. All right.
It was 4 in the 5th, right?
So back to A. The Country Club is again sitting. Looks like 2. Possible double here. I imagine they're going to guard this up to avoid that result. Corelli continues to chase over on C. He's down 6, and Farmer is lying 2. All right. Country Club sloughs off of a guard, but unfortunately for Team Zakin, it appears that was enough to cover up Shot Rock, which is sitting on the button. Looks like Mark is done playing around here. He's going to call for the run back.
Well, his motion was get it out of here. It might have been a peel, too.
It may well have been.
He is going for the yellow rock right there. It could be the run back, like you said. That might be plan B as well.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be happy with either result.
And he's
well, he got, but he left.
And the red jams on his own.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the problem with that. She ended up jamming, and now you got 2 yellow guards instead of a yellow and a red guard.
And the way those are looking placed, I'm not even sure if he can. It doesn't even really look like those are placed well for him to be able to run the yellow on top button or top 4 back into it anymore either.
Exactly.
And that would be even assuming they missed this guard. Noah Gordon is appearing to come up pretty light here on this guard. Sweepers are struggling to get it over the hog. It still ends up a decent center guard.
What's that? Okay. Yeah, we'll do it.
Hit here on C. It looks like it's crossing the face, but the sweepers are on it. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see the other rock.
Yeah.
John was in my way.
Right. Yeah, Chris got a tough team here with his friends from Broomstones.
Chris or John?
No.
John has the Broomstones folks.
Oh, you're right. I'm
Chris
sorry.
Is Chris has all 4. They have 4 different clubs.
Oh, are there 4? Oh, okay.
Yes, they are brother and sister couples here. Brother and sisters.
All right.
That's not to imply anything nefarious.
Well, I thought that Chris's. Well, I saw the Broomstones logo on Chris's second's shirt, and I just assumed that the 2 women were also from there.
Oh, did it have a Broomstones logo?
Yeah, check it out. As soon as he turns around, you'll see it.
Is that a Bonspiel shirt, maybe? Because
it could be.
Last time I saw Cody, he was still playing with Potomac.
Oh, okay.
So it might be like one of those Bonspiel souvenir shirts or something.
Could be.
Over on A, the guard attempt is coming in again. Oh, they have moved some rocks around on ice since last time I looked at it.
Yeah,
this appears
another
to be freezing to the yellow, almost freezing. So that will make any attempts that Zakin has to run that back more difficult.
Yeah, definitely.
If I were him, I think I'd have to go for the tap on it now instead.
That's what I would play.
Maybe if you,
I
don't know if they're lined up right, but if you do it just right, maybe you get the yellow to go towards the wall side a little bit, and get some cover such that maybe you have a shot.
There's enough air between the 1 and the 12 and Mark Stone and the 8 that it's going to be very shot dependent. A quarter inch here, a quarter inch there, it's going to send that yellow rock in a completely different direction.
As long as he doesn't overdo it, even if it's a little bit showing on the other side, that's not terrible because he'll have the jam possibilities that way if they go after it.
So the last thing he wants is the field goal in between the 2 of them.
Well, this is also true. Oh, Farmer Johnson's team just jammed on that hit, but they have spun it out such they're still sitting shot.
Oh, you're right, AJ. It's a Kaiser shirt.
Okay. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I think Cody's the same year as me, and I think the Kaiser that year was
at Broomstones.
Was at Broomstones.
Okay.
I did not go to it because of what happened to my team. But.
Yeah. All right. Oh, big flash. Or a very light tick.
Just a very light tick on that hit attempt there.
All right, here comes Mark's shot. It's just a tap. Not a lot of weight on this. But he's going to... He sloughed off. He looks like he's going to sit shot.
Ooh,
possible.
That's close. I will go over and take a look again.
I'd say he's beating the shot he's next to. Hold on.
Whoops, sorry.
Can't take those with you. No, not quite, right?
Well, on sheet A there, it looks red to me.
Yeah.
It's very, very close, but it looks red to me from the overhead. So.
Well, this is a pretty big shot here for the country club. If he leaves Zakin an open shot, Mark could be sitting 4 easily.
Yeah, well, you think he's going for a hit here? Is that?
Well, I would think. Oh no, that's a lot. That's a lot flatter than I thought it was. No, he's gonna have trouble.
I am confused about where that broom is for that.
Yeah. Trying to see.
I mean, because I really think, if I'm him, I'm thinking about guarding up one side or the other.
Oh yeah, I'm guarding the right-hand side as we're looking at it from behind. If I'm them, I'm just curious what happens if that shot is not made, and Mark has access to that shot that's on the right back 4.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, there's
because if
if
that's guarded, the only thing he's got is the tap back on his stone on the 8, and that's for 1. I don't think it's going to be.
If that's guarded, you're saying?
Yeah.
That you'd have that. You could also come around all the way around the outside and try and sit on your own, and that might get you shot rock as well. But that would
I'm trying to find more than 1.
Yeah, I don't see a lot of opportunities for more than 1, and even the one you called for the tap is assuming that he's counting 1, which I'm not sure he is.
Right, exactly. All right, well, no speculation. Let's let the shot come down and see what happens.
Yeah, that is not a lot of room for a guard, so I don't know what precisely he's planning to do here.
Pretty heavy on the weight.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
he
better.
Might be trying to get rid of the yellow
better than
in some
board.
fancy way, but
boom, and
yeah, he's going to leave Mark sitting 1.
Yeah, that
could even be 2, depending on what's going on with the other one.
Yeah,
and they both have a shot left. So.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I thought Mark had hammer.
Yeah, no. I did too.
He does not.
I take that back. I thought Mark had hammer as well. Yeah, Mark scored the single in 5.
So I guess that makes that make a little more sense to me because maybe he thought by doing that now it leaves him with more opportunities to drive that rocky left in later.
Right.
As opposed to having it blocked up.
Yeah. Well, the problem here is we're only going to get 7 in.
Oh, you're right. The timer has gone off, so they are down to 7 on that sheet.
They are.
Actually, I think
that's the thing, boys and girls. Pace of play.
Yeah, I think all 3 sheets are on only
yeah,
on
they
7,
are.
Right?
Yep, exactly.
Unless they just forgot to set the timer entirely, but I was not paying close attention.
I don't know. And the people who would have been in charge of it are now gone. So
yes, indeed.
I think we have to assume that it was set.
Oh boy! Oh boy!
The legend of Skinny Larry is now going farther and farther beyond. You don't. All right, we're back live.
I shared the legend of Skinny Larry, so to speak, with my lead, who hadn't heard of him before already. That was interesting.
I tell you, you do enough of these corporate events and learn the curls and whatnot, and for some reason, I tend to gravitate over to sheet C, and that's where Skinny's Rock is. And you and him, I don't think there is an event that has gone by once where someone has not mentioned, I want to throw Skinny Larry.
Oh, So my first.
Hold on. We're getting a call from the hustings.
I have a Skinny Larry rocks.
All right, give me a second
when you come back.
All right, go ahead, Nate.
All right, so Mark appears to have left one high on sheet A here.
Hold on, say it again, please.
He thinks he is sitting 2, I'm guessing, because the other 2 are close there, but he's at least sitting 1. Nada is going for a hit on sheet B. Sweepers are on it already.
The
This
clock,
does
it's
seem
at
to be a
120,
down weight
so
hit.
it's already gone.
And they are probably going to take that guard,
Well,
and they're splitting it. And yes, so they have just moved the guards on that and rolled out.
Okay, so you're saying you think the clock was not set? Okay, it's sitting at 120 now. You see that? So the fact that, I just want to be clear, Nate, if it's at 120, that means it was not set. Okay, gotcha. All right, fair enough.
There's some discussion on the phone here going on whether the timer was set or not, so we're not sure whether these games are going 7 or 8. They're all pretty close to the same timing, so.
All right, I'll take care of it.
Sounds like we're going to let them all go 8 if they want to.
All right, fair enough.
Sweepers are on
Yeah,
sheet
no, I
C.
appreciate that.
And they have
all right,
hit
I'll run out and tell them.
Out. It
right,
looks
thanks.
like, oh, it might spin back in. No, it has rolled out. Maybe power play.
Nate says the fact that it's on 120 means it was not set.
Yeah, and we have just gotten a phone call that it sounds like they're probably all allowed to go 8 if they want to because the timer was not set. Which is not surprising to me based on how much time there is how much time would have elapsed for only the 6th end here. Here on sheet C, it looks like Corelli is debating going for a possible double to try and sit 2. Or to try and get 2 here on his first one. Or actually, that's not his first one. I thought he had another red rock. That's a B red rock. So apparently attempting to go for a double here. Lauren pointed out she is concerned about the possible jam on that back red. We have 3 sweepers going at it here on sheet B, putting that guard in place. They've pretty much covered it up, so NATO will not have much to look at of it. There might be something through a port there, but I kind of doubt it. I'm not sure if you can curl off of that high red and still make the hit, so it looks like she's lining up for a... Yeah, it looks like she's lining up for a tap on sheet B. I'm sorry, I missed what was going on with sheet A with all of the talk about timer, etc. So we'll see what gets hung at the end. As they hog the first rock on sheet A, though it is a Zakin rock, so he definitely scored 1 like I noticed there. Liz is hanging it now. And it is a 1 indeed. So Zakin will be still behind by 1 at the moment.
Okay, it was not set on purpose. He just told me to go ahead.
Okay. Okay.
Did you hear me?
Yes, I did.
Holy shit, it did.
What was that? What was the second part?
What's that?
What was the second part of what you said?
Oh, I wasn't sure that you heard me when I
Yeah,
said
no,
that. Okay.
I heard your half of the phone conversation and ascertained exactly what was going on.
Okay, so all right, so the clock was not set. Just to clear this up, the clock was not set.
Yeah,
The teams were told beforehand that they have time to play 8.
Okay. I mean, really, it's for the Golden Handle here, we have a Saturday night party for anybody who's listening and not aware of it and possibly interested in the future. So there's like a Saturday night off-site party. So that's probably they were told they could play 8 if they want to because they're just missing the party if they decide to play
It's the weekend
play way long.
First, but what are the dates?
I don't know the dates off the top. Hold on.
It appears that all 3 sheets have moved on to the next end here. Sheet C is okay.
Good shot. Oh.
It seems as though sheet C has been. It appears that sheet C has just decided was just throwing their draw for the tiebreaker. Was all they were doing there. Is my guess because it appears to be way out.
Yeah, the winner needs a tiebreaker.
I did not see the final score on.
Yeah, it was
the final end score here for the sixth end, but it's obviously unless there was an 8-ender that I did not see coming, which I don't see how it could be possible. I
think there'd be a little bit more movement on the ice if we got an 8-under.
Yeah. Oh, and Alex took care of the measuring.
He did.
There. Okay. Looks like they are going for a tap-up on sheet B.
20 to the 23rd.
Gotcha. Finkelstein is throwing a, I guess that would be his out-turn tap-up. And that looks like it's over-curling. It's even going to hit the guard. So Nada has stolen one here in the sixth end.
Okay. So it's 5-7.
Or, I'm sorry, Team Bennett has stolen one, I should say.
Oh, they have. And Nada's skipping.
Yeah,
right.
Nada is just
Laura's out of action for now.
So
it's 8-7. Very nice.
No, it is 9-6. They are yellow.
Oh, they are? Oh, my bad. Thank you. All right.
They dropped fours on each other, and now Nada with the steal.
All right. Oh, very good.
She is sitting pretty entering the seventh end.
Very nice. Folks, just want to give you a heads up. June 20 through 23rd down at Bucks County. Great ice down there. Lots of friendly people. Got a request from our good friend Monica Lind to give a shout out for the His and Hers Bonspiel. We sent a team down there last year. I went down with Mark Zakin, Nate Holm, and Paul Douglas. Had a great time. Actually went to the C final. Good curling, good competition. Monica Walker was there last year. It was just a really great time. If you have any interest, I would strongly recommend putting a team together and running down there. You'll have a great time. They do show their curlers a fantastic weekend. So June 20 through 23rd, Bucks County, the His and Hers. Go for it.
So over on sheet A, it looks like the Zakin has one out in the open that they are discussing whether to hit or not and which way.
So Zakin stole one in the sixth.
That is... The sweepers were on it all the way. It is rolling very close to the edge.
And not quite a spill.
Not all the way out. Okay.
So the club is sitting at 2 right now. One behind one of Zakin's guards.
Did Andrew leave us the names here? I keep on saying
Farrington.
I know. I think it might be Farrington. I don't remember for certain which
I believe that is the Farrington rink.
Farrington.
Yeah.
Farrington. Okay. Sorry, I've been mispronouncing it the entire time. So.
All right, Liz Tully's first.
Sheet B there trying to draw another behind the guard. Oh, they clipped the guard on sheet B.
Only Jack is out there.
Oh, yeah. What happened to their second sweeper?
Rana must have had to come off the ice quickly.
I just saw the door close. Maybe she's just had to take a moment.
Well, Liz was able to sneak in behind that one of the guard and one of the top 12, showing a piece, but not very much.
Finkelstein is going for the hit on sheet B here. They were sweeping it quite a bit. Oh, maybe it's not a hit. Maybe this makes more sense to me strategically as a draw. And that is what they have ended up with, though they swept a lot of the curl out of it. Not going to get as much coverage. All right, so they have left themselves in the open on sheet B, and Nada is immediately calling the hit.
No, get off at that. Get off at the connector to get on that.
She is up by 3, so at this point she wants to just remove as much red. She wants the Visine working. Lauren with a little bit of a positive release there. She may have pushed it a slight bit out, but the sweepers aren't now, so it is coming back. And she hits it pretty close to nose, so they have left themselves open still. Over on sheet A, the sweepers are on it again. And it looks like they're trying to just sneak around that guard and sit somewhere in the top. And another nice shot by Liz Tully. Just ends up tapping the one that was near the button. Actually, sorry, it taps it back to the button. It was near the top 4. And the other one rolls under a little bit of cover. This looks like a hit attempt by Farrington. Trying to make it through that port and hit some of the yellow. This is starting to look like it's a Zakin end. Oh, they swept it a little bit and ended up hitting their own. And still,
he jiggled him on the button, but
he ends up jamming the one on the inside of the sheet, and the other one rolls
is now
to the
sitting
edge.
2. He's sitting 2, and he's got a lovely opportunity to guard that.
Yeah, he needs to guard badly because if he leaves pretty much any outside edge of that rock open, he is leaving a double that could leave Farrington sitting 5.
Exactly. Yeah, he's got to guard this with all his life.
And he really needs to guard that outside edge more than the inside edge. If they
exactly,
they come through a port and hit that back one, then that's fine because they'll still be sitting shot. But if they hit that outside edge and get the double, then they're in deep doo-doo.
Yeah. You know, they're certainly in command of this game as it is. I mean, if Mark steals 1, then the Country Club Farrington still, with coming home.
Right.
And tied.
Hit attempt on sheet B.
So if Mark can steal more than 1 here, we've got a real tie going into the 8th.
Still 4 rocks to go, I think, on this though.
Yeah.
Mark's first skips rock. That feels hot to me from looking at it, but.
Well, they're not touching it. Now they are.
Now they're going at
now
it.
They're
Yeah,
at it.
Is hit some sludge there. It is.
I mean,
down.
line's more important than just about anything right now.
Yeah, that might be over curling though. Is what it's doing. Though. It's doing exactly what I said I was afraid of. Yeah. They might have an edge.
I think. No, I don't know. I think they can reach it, but they're not going to be. They're not. He's not showing any of it. Anything that's showing looks like it's on the inside. Just trying to look at how far they're off of the center line.
Yeah, I mean, that's also, I guess that's assuming Farrington is a right-handed shot, because if he's a lefty, that would also help him in this case.
Either way, Mark did just about everything he could do with that shot.
Well, this is actually now realizing he's only down by 1. This is another one of those questions of would you rather be tied with Hammer going home, or would you rather be up by 1 without?
I mean, in that situation, I would much rather be tied with. That's not really the issue. The issue is whether you're going to be up 1 without or down 1 with.
Well, no, I'm saying.
Yeah. In this, let's let him.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry, you're right. Yeah. That is correct. My mistake.
All right, so shots off.
That is a pretty heavy shot. It doesn't seem like the in-off is there. But
they are sweeping.
Oh, I think he must have pitched on release or something. That moved quite a bit. That moved right out of hand.
Yeah.
That can't be. Yeah, he ended up
Yeah,
taking
and
the guard.
she chipped off the guard. Okay, so, all right.
But Mark still needs to throw some kind of guard here, I think, or even if it's a counting guard.
Yeah.
Because with that guard ticked over, he might have a good view of it now.
Well, the question is if he guards it too well, then Farrington's definitely going to go after the stone in the back 8 and hold Mark to 1. And then he'll have hammer tied.
Well, it depends on exactly where the guard was at.
Yeah.
Mark just said something to Liz and changed it, but where Liz was pointing, I think she was trying to point at just out counting the other 2 in the 8-foot there.
That might be.
That could potentially leave him an opening to.
But for him to do that again, like you said last shot, he needs to bury. He can't show too much of a piece.
Yeah, I mean, he needs to leave his rock buried.
Yeah. Because he really does. He really needs to steal 2 here.
Yeah.
Stealing 1 is
right.
good, but it's not. That means he's going to have to steal an 8.
Nita preparing for her shot on sheet B. Looks like she's just going for
a
straightforward hit.
Shot is off. Sweepers are not on it. There they go. Now they're on it.
Oh, this. I'm wondering if, based upon where it ends up, if they could be thinking tap on this too, but no, that's.
Looks like
that's just going to end up ticking it. It's not going to.
Well,
it's not going to make it past.
That's not altogether terrible.
Yeah, that's. I mean, that should clog the line that I was talking about.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. All right, so I think he's going to have to go.
So at this point, if I'm Farrington, I'm drawing to try and get the inner 4, just to make him take 1 and keeping hammer going.
Yeah,
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Looks like Nada has successfully made the hit on sheet B. So
he can do that. He can also just he can hit the Mark Stone in the back 8.
Yeah, it looks like they're talking about a hit and roll off of of their own there to try and get the second shot.
That's a tough shot.
I think the hit and roll off for where that is.
Yeah.
I think as long as you're crossing the face, I think that might be easier than trying to hit that stone in the back that you were talking about.
Maybe.
Drawing to either of those yellow stones, I think, is easier than trying to hit that one in the back with any real force,
Well, he doesn't need to because it's totally open.
The one in the back?
Sure. Look how far it is off the center line, and the only guard is here. That's half a stone off. The closest guard is only half a stone off the center.
He's going to have a chunk of it. Without going over there, I don't think he's going to see all of it. Either way, he's going for the hit roll off. It looks like the hit roll off, or this might turn into a chip in actually here, but it looks.
No, it looks like
he's just heavy wide maybe. I can't see.
I can't tell. We got people in the way. I think Mark's got 2 as I'm seeing it here.
She's looking at it, so.
They're kicking him away, so it's not that close. It's a question of. Yeah, I didn't like that shot. I would not have called that shot.
I probably would have gone for either of the draws.
Yeah,
but
I think the draw was number 1. Number 2, I think, would have been to hit Mark Stone in the back 8. And the third shot, I think, is the one that their skip chose. But he's on the ice, not me.
Yeah, I mean, it's also a matter of what you're comfortable with.
Absolutely.
Your own
oh, yeah,
capability.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Sean Hogan holding the broom for Nada on sheet B here. Looks like red might be. It's pretty close between those two.
Yeah, and Zakin did pick up 2. So he's up 1 without coming home. Tough game. Very tough game. All right, Nada, Leslie sitting. It looks like she's sitting second and third shot. I think she's going to try to tap here.
Tapping this up a little bit.
Yeah, there we go. And now she's 2-3-4. I don't know. I take that back. It looks like she's 1.
She could be one. Yeah.
It looks like she's first.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, she's one via the one off
Right.
on the right.
1, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where I thought the debate was with the one that's
Yeah.
on the top
Yep.
there. But yeah, you're right. She is 1, 3, 4. But that does, of course, leave a relatively open, easy tap back here for to try and get his 2.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
It's more because of the inside-out curl scenario
Right.
that's making me concerned about this one. Not
Yeah,
so much
I think she would have been better off trying to keep them both up top, because, like you say, it's gonna be tough for her to not give up 2 here.
Well, I mean, this is hammer. So
Yeah,
it's,
right.
It's,
Yeah.
she does have a padding of 3 at the moment.
Right. And she'll
So
have
She
hammer.
would have hammer going home. So.
Right.
Finkelstein is released. This is
They're
looking
going
pretty
8.
fast. They're not on it. This could be close. Yeah, they got it.
Nose hit. Close to nose, anyway.
Close enough to know
All right,
that they stopped.
there you go.
So
All right. So they got 1. Leslie's still up 2 with hammer.
this. So 7 to. What did Zakin get? He got 2, right?
Yep. Oh, I'm sorry. They took 2. All right. She's up 1 with hammer. All right. Zakin took 2. Correct.
All right.
Isn't technology wonderful? You can actually follow us along on bonspieler.com, where AJ is updating the scores live as they happen.
You can only update so often, so much as they actually hang it, though.
Yeah, that's true.
'Cause I don't know what happened in the 6th end on sheet C. I just know it was over.
Well, we get to talking about sheet A, and over on B and C, things are happening. All right. Speaking of A, Zakin with 2 in the house, both sitting up top. The Country Club looks like they might have, if not thrown through, at least been tapped out. Jack Miller throwing his first. Nice and easy. Sweepers are on it now. Looks like we get a nice little tap up. No, it chipped off though. All right, so we got the
Zakin has formed a wall.
the Boulin wall, as they had the old Oilers goaltender Hobby Boulin.
Okay.
They used to call it the Boulin wall.
How long was he around for, anyways?
Oh God, this is probably back in the 90s.
Yeah, it was definitely
80s or
back in the 90s.
Yeah.
Like, but he wasn't around that long.
No.
Was he, though? Like,
No, I think he came in. He was pretty much their goalie after Grant Fuhr was gone.
yeah, for a little while, and
Yeah.
I think he was like popular for a couple years until
Yeah.
Lundqvist came along.
Oh yeah.
Because like, there was him and a couple other goaltenders that came out at that time where it's like. The trick is they just had to be figured out.
Yeah.
Like once the shooters figured out where their weak spots were, it was all over. But they were popular for a good half a season.
Yeah. Well, King Henry was a little bit longer than half a season.
Yeah, Boulin was a little bit longer.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, back to curling.
Sweepers are on it here on
They are
sheet B.
on it big time.
I'm not sure they need to be as much as they think.
It looks like that. Yeah, they just don't. They don't.
Yeah,
Look
they
at
get
that.
the
No
perfect
bump.
freeze.
No
They
bump.
judged that
Perfect
perfectly.
squeeze. Oh, very nice sweeping. Very nice sweeping.
Nada is apparently calling the freeze again.
And the sweepers are over on it on A as well. Enough to sit shot in the back 4.
The only Red Rock in play currently
And
is
I
on
think
the edge.
the Farrington is finally going to try to do something with those stones that are sitting up top.
This is looking pretty close on B again. They're creating
Oh,
quite
look
the
at
pile
this.
here.
Nate Rosler. Oh, almost made it.
You mean
Almost.
you mean
All right.
Noah Gordon?
Noah Gordon, I'm sorry.
No, that's too close, Kenny. No, sir. No, sir. You're sitting one. I think. Is he not sitting one? Yeah, red one.
That's
All right, what do we got? Are we going to get something there?
this could be shaping up.
Yeah, but she's not going to stay. Or he's not going to stay.
Yeah, he does not stay. They do end up moving that yellow to the back.
That was, I know. I had to walk away on that.
Sweepers are once again on B.
I heard there was a debate.
No, they've come up.
We want the guard.
No, get rid of the guard.
They're trying the freeze again, I think.
I'm gonna go for
Oh, this is looking really nice.
Boy,
Ooh, if they had just
look
stayed
at
on a
that.
little bit longer, they would have frozen
3
it
button
perfectly.
shots in a row, but that's not in a good spot.
Yeah, they need to stay on that just a little bit
Yeah,
longer, maybe
yeah.
directionally switch, but they
Yeah.
need to stay on that just a little bit longer, get the perfect freeze, because now Nada can get rid of that.
You were just playing the game. You gotta get it.
I mean, if she's really crafty about it, though it's a little bit risky, she could use it to try and double out the other one. And
Yeah,
run
that's
the risk of
really
giving that up.
risky. But it's there.
Yeah, no, it's definitely there.
It's a pretty
if she
thin
calls the
shot.
line right. Oh, this is looking like it's already coming too much. They're way on it.
Oh, and they smoked you, too.
Oh,
Oh,
they end up jiggling the pile.
whoa! Almost had a disaster.
I'm sure Mark was not happy about the other rock going off
Yeah.
onto A.
Oh, not at all. At least it wasn't a live body.
I think after scoring that 2, the pink level on Mark's face had gone down. I think it's straight back up now.
Wait, hold on. You got Monica. All right, Zakin still sitting 2 over on A.
All right, on B,
And
the
Bucks is sitting.
Finkelstein has put up a guard.
Finkelstein's sitting 1.
He's put it up on the top 8 there. It's a little bit deeper than they might have wanted it.
All right, Lauren, what do you got here? Plenty of weight. Sweepers are running after it.
Now they're starting to sweep. Oh, this is moving a lot. This might end up ticking on the other guard. Ooh.
Oh, chips it out.
Across the face entirely.
All right.
Finkelstein's calling for the higher guard like I thought.
How you doing? My wife just showed up.
So we need to be in somewhere else. I'm out of here, so.
Over on C, it appears that Mark is throwing
What's that?
another rock to guard.
Almost not.
Sweepers are on it, but not sweeping, just cleaning. Gonna end up about top 8.
All right.
Nicely right in front of his. He has made it difficult
the
on the
draw
Farrington
path.
rink.
The draw path has been dutifully blocked.
There might be a path in there still if you sneak between them, but it's tough.
I'm just hanging. You're in. We're just in.
I'm judgy. I'm betting. Now this is good. I respect that. Yeah. No, that's good. That's really good. Yep. There's no run.
Nice spot.
And they do sneak right between it.
Oh, but
and
only enough to chip off.
just chip. Oh, jeez.
All right. Pretty much tells you what you got to do, which is not let him do it again.
Yeah, he needs to just take a little more line and do a little bit less weight on that if he wants to do it next time. But they can knows better than to leave that open again. Sean Hogan appears to be trying to peel the guard here on sheet B. At least that's what it looks like the call is.
Yeah, it does.
I'm not rich. I'm not.
A little outward release. The sweepers are on it immediately.
Whoa.
Oh, and Nada
Oh.
almost just tripped over one of her own rocks.
The old skipper tripper.
And a nice peel, but one of them will
All right,
jam on the
Noah
yellow.
Gordon with the big save.
House don't know that was the bad one that never
Oh. The big save from Zakin wanting to kill him.
Oh, yeah,
you mean.
absolutely, absolutely.
She kicked it pretty nasty. It was pretty nasty.
Finkelstein motioning for another guard. He might be. Is he counting? Yeah, I think he's counting 1 and 2 now.
Zakin?
No.
Oh,
Finkelstein.
no, yeah,
Finkelstein
Finkelstein,
on
yeah.
B, yeah.
Yeah, I think he is.
He is just trying to guard this.
Oh, yeah, he definitely is. Yeah, Nada's both of her stones are grabbing a little bit of the 12. All right, so Zakin, a little over curl. He did not want that.
Yep, that is.
He
leaving it open.
He did not want that.
If he decides to try and navigate that port again.
This is good.
My wife's like, damn, you drank, huh? Yeah.
Crossover center.
It'll come up sooner or later.
Just a smidge.
Yeah. Yes. Yep.
Really
Still
nice.
getting kicked out of
Really
my
nice.
All right.
Just perfect. Perfect.
I'm now
No hit and roll
free.
now. There's no hit and roll. Perfect.
Your agent's on the phone right now. What club wants Larry?
Can we get a list of membership fees around the GNCC?
So we were talking about Skinny Larry before.
Yeah.
And I said I had a story. My second Bonspiel ever was right after we had the handles engraved here.
Yeah.
And it was a throw-together team just to try and even out the Bonspiel. It had me and Sharker Parker and Julie Passanaw. And if you look closely, I don't remember which sheet it is that Skinny Larry's rock is on.
It's
but
on C.
The opposite color, same rock as Julie's.
Oh, okay.
And so I get into the hack, and I'm grabbing the rock, and Sharker's calling for the hit.
Yeah.
And Julie looks at me and says, "I want you to throw me at Skinny Larry, or throw Skinny Larry at me."
Okay. Too funny. All right, looks to TCC. In and out and gone. That one hurt. Zakin now sitting 5. If he plugs this hole, it's pretty much over. I mean, he can still. Zakin's got a piece of the 12 already. Not a very big piece.
You mean a piece of the 4?
Oh, of the 4, right. So
yeah, there are possible paths to the 4. They're just all very.
They're very high percentage.
If he leaves this as far out as I think he wants to, they're going to be very difficult.
Yeah. All right. Nada had hammer for a brief moment.
1-2, I think. Yes. So.
Nada for the hit and roll.
Yeah, she's trying to hit and roll just to.
Yeah. Yeah, the way this house is shaping up over on B, Nada's got to be real thankful she's got hammer.
We're gonna do 12 pieces and drink a beer.
Indeed.
Because we're playing hit and roll, or we're trading hits.
Yeah, she
right.
really needs to make a good contact with this one, though.
All right,
she can't flash.
Little better shot from Mark on this one. He's plugged up a little bit more.
Plugged up that hole they were going for. I still think there's a chance that he could come around the outside and still get a piece of that 4-foot, though.
I think that's what he's looking at now.
Well, he's looking at the opposite side as I was thinking, but yeah.
Yeah, he's thinking he can run that port on the left side as we're looking at it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm hearing some squeals.
So that means that Zakin did all he could do with that shot to stop him from going to the left side.
And Nada on B will have hit too
There
close
we
to
go.
nose.
Oh.
She gets rid of one, so that at least makes it more difficult for Finkelstein to.
Well, he's got if he could do, a top button.
Yeah,
It's going to be hard for her to get in there.
Behind cover, then
Yeah.
then that's going to make it difficult on her.
Right.
But because she is up by 1.
Uh-oh.
There's
The
a
Bucks.
chance. Oh boy.
Oh, we have warm room coaching.
Well, yeah, warm room coaching by some combination of Bucks and Plainfield folks
All right.
here.
If he's not listening to Julie, he ain't listening to me.
All right, over on A.
Yeah, here comes the draw
shot
attempt that we were
is
talking
down.
about.
I don't think he's got it. He's going to
I think he's on the yellow.
He's on the yellow. He's all over it. Zakin is going to the final.
Zakin scores, it looks like 3 in the final end.
Looks like Zakin's got the C final tomorrow.
Alrighty.
Well, what a nice game over on A. That was quite a thriller. I think Mark was just a little bit too much for him this time. He stole. He was down 4-2. He took 1 and 5, stole 1 and 6, stole 2 and 7, and stole a mittful in 8.
It also is now updated.
I think
Joel, we could have just said to Joel, look it up.
Yeah, I think in the end, Mark probably only scored 1 or 2, but he was,
he had 3.
Farrington went 3. All right, they were throwing against 5.
They didn't officially say it, but I could see it well enough that I put it on there. So I apologize if somebody's going to take great offense to that and not want me to just say, over after 7. But
Yeah. So Rana's very happy, big smile on her face.
Alrighty.
All right, one last game. We have,
Farrington
what do we have, 2 stones to go?
Yep, Farrington is throwing
Farrington's
his last rock.
and Leslie's hammer.
Yep. Wait, is Alex still around? Did they do their draw or whatever they were supposed to do?
Yes, that's all set. They didn't.
That's all set for that one? Okay.
Oh, my granddaughter's on the video for me. Hi, Lauren.
Finkelstein's rock is away.
Hi, peanut butter.
Dave Yeager is cleaning in front of it. Slowing down. It doesn't look like it will bury. It might have the right weight, but it does not look like it will bury.
It's not going to bury.
Oh no, it's gonna get a little bit of cover, but it's not buried.
All right.
So it's up to Nada now.
He's done all he can do. He's done all he can do.
Yeah, whether she wants to just draw to it or whether she wants to hit it.
Yeah. Looks like it's a little bit better than edge on edge. Crowd is appropriately applauding the Zankin rink as they will hit the C final tomorrow morning.
That broom could be either for this shot. I think it's the hit, though.
I think it's the hit. I think the hit's the easier shot.
It probably is. I'd be tempted even to throw it a little bit wider than that and throw just a heavier draw that would still make contact and stuff. Even. But
Hey, Mark, see what happens when you throw your nutmeg jacket on? There you go.
Yeah, I was going to say Skinny Larry stole my thunder, but I think the only game Zakin lost is when he had that Charlotte jacket on.
Very nice jacket.
Oh, very nice.
I'm pretty sure he won one.
Not that there's anything wrong with it.
Nada's rock is away here, it's definitely a hit attempt from what we were talking about. The sweepers are on it, but I'm not sure they need to be.
Good job, buddy.
Ooh, they jam.
Oh, she jams?
Oh,
what do we got?
I think that's Finkelstein.
It's going to be Finkelstein, it is.
Yeah, they held it out too long with the sweep and the...
Oh.
They called the sweep too long and it resulted in a jam. So Finkelstein comes away.
Finkelstein for 2. Steals 2 in the 8th. Well, folks, that's it for the action here. Party to come.
So
I hope you can join us over at the Bijou. If you're on your, not on your way yet, drive carefully getting there.
I'm not sure if tickets are still available. Whether Sean will get you in at the door. Or
I'm
not.
sure we could do something in that regard. All right, folks, take care. Bye bye.